Alright, Shalom Akyam, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harachakadash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akyam out there doing the work of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in truth, faith, and in sincerity. This is Brother Tyler Powell back with another video. In this video here, I want to deal with the mark of the beast. As you see here on your screen, I have this video queued up. The threat of 5G, because 5G and the mark of the beast go hand in hand, as Esau is going to explain. Now, this is something that myself and the brother Bakwasha had prophesied on a year or so ago, and I looked for the video. I couldn't find it. I just don't have the time right now to comb through all them videos. That was over a year ago, and so I'm going to see if I can get that in the future and post that up. But what this devil goes into is everything that we prophesied dealing with 5G, because me and the brother went into 5G on the live stream on YouTube, and everything that we said is what Esau was saying is about to come to pass. And this is why you're seeing all the persecution, right, of the Hebrew Israelite, black Hebrew Israelites, Jake in general, man, black people, so-called, quote-unquote, black people in general. You're under persecution right now. And the stage is being set for them to come after you, and you running around here clueless with your head stuck up your motherfucking ass and not knowing what time it is. And then a lot of you people, Jake, not worry about the heathens. A lot of you Jake out there, you gonna run and line up to get this mark of the beast like it's a pair of Jordans, some 23s, because y'all are clueless. You know, it's just simple as all goddamn outdoors, man. And I wasn't trying to get emotional, but you Jake gonna deserve everything. And I do mean everything that's coming to you from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, because he's the one gonna be bringing it to you. So don't go crying, oh Lord, please help me, Lord. No. Because the Most High is extending his hand unto you by way of his servants, the prophets. And you don't have time. You got bigger and better things to do. You out there chasing Esau's wicked ass money. You out there trying to get it, as you say. Well, Esau is trying to get it too. And he's about to bring it. Now this video here, man, it upped the level of the fear of the Most High in me, because it's just like, he brings a new perspective on the whole 5G. It's like I said, everything that we went into in that video a year or so ago, he's confirming it, but he just brings a new perspective, you know what I'm saying, to it, and he brings out some things that I didn't think of, and you know, that like I said, man, it's a frightening perspective. And a lot of Jake, that's what you need, but that's what you're not going to get. You're not going to be frightened, you know? And that's what's wrong. There's no fear of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai in you people whatsoever. And this is what's missing. And this is why you're going to die. This is why a lot of you 2/3 going to die. Because you don't fear Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and you just think everything's a goddamn game. Running around America talking about, you know, man, I'm gonna stick to the video. I'm gonna play this video. I don't want to go off on a rant, but Jake gonna get everything that they deserve for being simple. What the scripture say? The simple pass by. Let me grab that real quick. And are punished. So, because I don't have many scriptures for this, I'm going straight to Revelation 13, of course, and then we're going to bring that out, and it's going to be the end of it. So, I am going to get this verse, you know, because this is what's going on among you 2/3. You pass on, the men of the Lord, you know, is out there calling it to you, and you just pass on, and then you're going to wonder why hell and destruction is going to come down upon your head. just clueless, just totally clueless and oblivious. Oh shit, here we go. And this is Proverbs chapter 22 verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. See? And this is what the elect are doing. This is what the elect are doing. Hey, we foresee the evil. 5G is evil. It's straight up wicked. And anytime any type of what they call technology is implemented, but it destroys your body, that's evil. Because this 5G is at such a high rate of radiation that it's going to do all types of internal and external bodily damage, your organs, all your organs, including the skin, your external, is going to be affected by this 5G because it's at such a high rate of radiation because of everything that it's trying to do. It's bringing you people into the Internet of Things. And this is what we touched on. Well, you can't be a part of the Internet of Things without there being some repercussion. Now, you take that and you couple it with the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, and you shorten your life expectancy, which we ain't gonna be here that long after it's made mandatory, after this mark of the beast is implemented and to where it's mandatory. And this is what I'm really what I'm gonna hone in on this video is how it's going to be mandatory, and Esau is going to explain it. And it just blew my mind. It's like, man, and Revelation 13 came right to mind. He calls it all. And this is what it's going to be. But when you couple it with that RFID microchip, right, if we was to go on, that's why Yahushua said, if he don't come back soon, or Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said, there will be no flesh left to be saved. Because 5G and this chip coupled together, man, you're looking at a life expectancy like back in the day when men wasn't living barely past 40. They was dying in their 30s and 40s. If you lived to be 50, you was considered blessed. But just imagine someone just growing up, they putting this in a newborn child. Yeah, he wouldn't have maybe 30 years, but there's speculation. We're going to get into the truth and the facts, all right? And again, this is Proverbs 27 and 12. Because I just read Proverbs 22 and 3. Now I'm going to read Proverbs 27 and 12. And it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Now, where do you hide yourself? And this is why a lot of you are going to be punished, as it says, but the simple pass on and are punished because you're too stupid to know you need to be hiding. We're telling you who your enemy is. We're telling you who these Edomites, these so-called white people are, and what they're about. But you don't want to hear it. As if you got something so goddamn better here in America that you're going to shit on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. As if this white boy is doing you such a huge favor here in America. And this is why you niggas deserve everything that the Most High is getting ready to bring. Now, I was finna get a scripture, but let me play this video, and perhaps I can calm down enough to think straight. But right now, things are getting serious. We're being accused on the low, but it's about to go hot. You got these clowns out here posing with guns. And I know, just like I said, just being simple. Just being simple. And you take me to be cursed out. Y'all need to get cursed the fuck out. Check this out, Akion. I'm gonna, if the Lord allow, I'm gonna post a link, but I'm gonna play, a majority of it. But yeah, man, it's an eye opener. This is an eye opener. So, yeah, please, give due diligence and pay attention to what's being said here. All right.
When I think Trump tweeted out something in 2014, and he said, remember, China is not our friends or not our ally. And it got like 300 retweets. It wasn't something big. He tweeted this back in 2014 or 2015. And then all of a sudden, one day, everybody in the news is talking about 5G. And prior to that day, we weren't really talking about it. And all of a sudden, hey, we got to be the leader in 5G. I'm like, 5G? So I'm going to start looking 5G. Okay, 1G, 2G, 3G. 1G is the regular phone back in the days. 2G.
And he's right, Jim Mills here, we talk about it. Like I said, I've done videos. I've done more than one video, and I know other brothers have touched on it or put videos out on the 5G. You understand? But, right, it wasn't a big conversation because you people, if Esau don't give you your talking points, you don't know what's going on. So now look at here what's on your screen. All the generations. There's a 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. The G stands for generation. So the first generation, you see the big block-ass phone from back in the day, and you was able to send voice over the airways, because before that it was landline. So 1G was now you can make calls over the air. Then 2G added another dynamic to it, another dimension, and so now you can text. So now you can send voice messages or calls, and you can text. You can send text messages. That's 2G. The second generation. So the third generation is when the internet was incorporated, for lack of a better term, into the phone. So now you get some internet, you can send pictures, the whole 9 yards, 3G. It was lovely. We always using it. We always loving it, We had the power in the palm of our hand, and that's what a lot of Jake gonna get caught up because, this whole 5G and the mark of the beast is going to come off to them as empowering. And for someone who has been disenfranchised and powerless for the last 400 years, yeah, this is why we know you're going to line up and flock to get the 5G. But that was the 3G, basically the internet on your phone. And like I say, you can send pictures, and then the pictures went to high def, and then it wasn't enough storage space, so you got to look at it like he's going to mention a pipeline. So they needed a bigger pipe to send this more increased amount of information. So then comes the 4G, and now, yeah, you can not only send your high def pictures, but videos, high def, 4K, the whole 9 yards, and 4G. And I'm just setting the stage. That's the next generation that added another dimension, a larger pipeline for more information to flow through. Now we come to 5G, and I'm going to let Esau take it from here.
2G is whatever, 3G is the iPhone, and then 4G is the latest one, and then now 5G is going to be changing the game. And most people go to, 5G is just a faster phone, right? Because that's right. What initially, if we've always seen the G linked to a phone. Oh my gosh, I can download a movie in 3.6 seconds now on Netflix, a 2-hour movie, where before it was 3 minutes or 6 minutes, whatever, right? When you think about 5G, what do you think about of 5G and the capabilities and what it can really do to whoever that has access to it?
That's a good question. So if you go back to 2007 and when the iPhone came out.
2007.
Mm-hmm. The top 5 in market cap were AT&T, General Electric, Microsoft, ExxonMobil, and Shell. Mm-hmm. Right? The phone comes out in 2007. I had one, 3G network. It's not a very good experience. 4G network comes out. By the way, we're the second country in the world to build a 4G network. Now you've got something, right? So when Steve Ballmer laughed at Steve Jobs, said, we don't need one of those. When you took the platform, which was the iPhone, and you married up to the 4G network, which was the pipe for data, and it was a fast enough pipe, now you can create the apps, services, and business models that in 10 years led to the top 5 in market cap being Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, and Microsoft. Right? So
you catch that, the apps and the business models. Then I'm gonna let him finish.
the Chinese see this and they're like, the platform and the pipe. So the smartphone, this iPhone, which was the first one, then Android. So Apple and Google, right, dominate the mobile platform that the app services and business models of that economy are built on. Now look at the iPhone. It's a hardware, software, tightly integrated, closed-walled system like Steve Jobs liked, and the data was encrypted. Why was the data encrypted? Why did San Bernardino happen? Because Apple's an American company, right? They know you want privacy. They encrypt their phone. So now you've got the platform, and Android also went on to encrypt their platform. So both encrypted, right? So private devices. Take the cloud away from it. Just look at the device itself.
Sure.
It's meant to be a private device. Why? It's American product. Fast forward, to 2009, China starts to look at that, says, okay, we want to dominate the next level, right? Not just the technology, we want the app, services, and business models to be Chinese companies. And so Huawei gets hundreds of billions of dollars to develop 5G and ZTE. But then you have Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. So they're behind the Chinese firewall. They're protected. You can't have the fangs going in there. It's just the bats that control the e-economy within China. And then you start, at the same time you're developing 5G, right, the platform, and I'll get to that in a second, but you're also developing Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. So now when you walk into, and you're starting to see the emergence of the 5G world in China. So you walk into a restaurant after you've ordered your food, and a camera picks you up, and you say, hey, David, welcome, here's your food. Right? So you're starting to get the feel of what a 5G world is. And what is a 5G world? The platform is the network. So this is mobile computing paired with a pipe. 5G is computing and networking combined on the same platform. So this goes away. You walk outside.
Computing and networking combined, all in one apparatus. Computing and networking. Remember that.
Your door and you say Uber. You don't get on your phone and say, I want an Uber. You just say Uber. Camera picks up your face or a microphone picks up you.
Come on.
That's what 5G is. That's what 5G is. And then the Uber shows up. There's a camera on the car that sees you, knows who you are, don't have to ask you your name. You get in and you go to wherever you want. You get out and you go do whatever you want. So in this world, in the 4G world, this is a platform. It's yours, right? You don't want to be part of that, all of that data. Remember we just talked about how do you influence society? You don't want all that data to be out there about what you're doing. Just don't carry one of these, right? Just opt out. In a 5G world, you cannot opt out. Who owns the data? This, you could conceivably say, you own the data on here you own. If you're getting Google services, you don't own that data. But in the 5G world, not only can you not opt out because it's built around the city, it's not in your phone anymore. Not only can you not opt out, you don't know who owns the data.
Let's pause right there for a second. Up until now, with 1G, 2G, 3G, and 4G, as he said, you could opt out. And at times I do. You just shut your phone off, leave it at home, it's, your decision. But most people got to have their phone. They can't live without it. But did you catch what he said? With 5G, you cannot opt out because they are building a network, a virtual network around us that's in real time, in real space, and it's going to have real repercussions and consequences. And this is what made me look at the scripture. And mind you, that I told you to remember, he said it combines, 5G combines computing and networking all in one. Right, because the D-Wave computers are going to be the ones doing the computers. They can hold unlimited amounts of memory and have unlimited amounts of storage. Well, it ain't unlimited, but it's mind-numbing the numerical value of space and memory that it can hold. And yeah, the network is going to be this. Basically, as I said before, they are bringing the internet into our time and our space. That is what the Internet of Things is. This is why he's saying you cannot opt out. Now, we do know there is that you can opt out, but it's what the apostles been saying. Even the apostle brought this out. You will be ostracized, booted out. You will not have a part in society unless you have the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. So that's how you opt out. You have to fall off the grid. Totally. And for most people, that is not feasible. It's not even imaginable. But for us here in this truth, right, this is, hey, fuck it, we've been opted out of this society. But anyway, here in the scripture, and this is Revelation chapter 13, we started 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. So, right, the beast is referring to ancient Rome. See, now we're in the revised Roman Empire, so they're saying, let's make a modern day image of our ancient empire, and that's exactly what they've done. Because Rome had the wound by a sword, they was taken down by war, a wound by the sword, but yet they reemerged, they live. That beast lives. And what was that beast known for? Having you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in subjection, paying tribute and answering unto them. Well, they're getting ready to take it to the next level. Okay? Oh, it said whose deadly wound was healed. Salaki. Well, that was up in the 12th verse. Let's get 12. Revelation 13 and 12, it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast. See, the first beast was Rome. It's talking about a system, a government, a rulership, which is a beast over the people. That system, that rulership was Rome. Now we are in the revised Roman Empire. So it says, and exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And it's, like I said, going to the Roman Empire. It said, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in sight of men. And we know that happened, during the time of that war in Kosovo, and they even termed it, the policy was, they termed scorched earth. Because they pretty much bombed, I forget. Anyway, Kosovo, yeah, and it was televised, by the way. That's why I say he had fire, he had power. He doeth great wonders, so that he made fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. It was televised. You see? So yeah, that's going to that campaign in Kosovo, the Serbs and all that. But anyway, right, and that was the beast, NATO. America and NATO the entire beast. So they lit it up. But it says, verse 14, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do, in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, but did live in the image, coming from the Greek, that was translated from the Greek word icon. Icon goes back to image. It's where we get icon from. We say icon nowadays. The original term was icon. No, that's the original pronunciation in the Greek, icon. It's a likeness. And the modern day America is just like ancient Rome. They dress a little different, talk different, but it's exactly the same in structure, in government, and it's crumbling and falling the exact same way, being taken down by Jake. But anyway, in verse 15, we coming to the point, verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, right, because the earth was given into the hands of the wicked by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, so he gave them power. They were given power to bring life to this image. Meaning they was given authority and rulership. That's what it means. So it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And this is the time that we're coming to. See, we hadn't come to this point yet, but now we are at that point. This is a crucial point in human history. We are at a crossroads, and it's going to come to the point of that hour of temptation where you're going to have to make a choice which direction you're going to go, which road you're going to travel down, the road of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, or the road of comfort, ease, and safety, and wickedness, because Esau is offering you that road of evil. And that's why it's good, any learned person to tell you, don't seek the easy road. The Bible tells you that. They get it from the scriptures. Do not seek the easy way. I read a quote from Bruce Lee just the other day. He said, don't pray that the Lord, he might not have said Lord, but he said, don't pray that your days or your life be easy. Now, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, pray that you have strength to endure a difficult one. In other words, a difficult life. Anybody with any sense know you don't want to fall into comfort. You get flabby, soft, and you just get soft. But disciplining yourself, man, getting up in the morning, getting done what you need to get done, that builds character, it builds strength, inner strength, outer strength, emotional strength, physical strength, spiritual strength. It builds strength. And just enduring the hardnesses, yes, that's what you want. Sitting on your couch all day or laying up with your woman, you get soft, you get easy. And this is where all people have gotten. But anyway, we're coming to the point, and like I said, you could, and he just said you could opt out. So it wouldn't, and this is what it's going into. It says here that, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You could go your own way and do your own thing, and you might not have you might have suffered financially or been ostracized from your friends and family, but you wouldn't have been killed. In other words, because you don't vote, or you don't celebrate Christmas, or you're not down with America. You know, up until now, you wouldn't have been put to death. You would not have been killed. But now we're coming to that point. And this is because the mark of the beast is getting ready to hit you dead square in your face. And you gonna lay it down? You gonna let it knock you out, or you gonna stand firm and hit back? You gonna square and swing back? Because only through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and His might and His strength, His grace and mercy is the only way you're gonna strike back. And that's knowing what His will is. But anyway, right, it was like I said, the Hebrew Israelites, we've been opted out. Yeah, we work and do this and that, but we don't celebrate Christmas. We don't, and we go out and we publicly speak against these things. But none of us was never killed for that, where it's coming to that point. So now, verse 16, and this is the point, and He calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Because if you don't get it, you cannot participate in society. Esau just said there is no opting out. Unless you just back all the way out and you down with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It said, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And that's all I need. So, right, we're coming to that time. We're coming to that critical junction, that fork in the road, those crossroads, and you're going to have to make a decision. You will have to make a decision because it's going to come down to life and death. Up until now, it hadn't been that, and it said He calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, because this is this system, this Internet of Things, this the word as he used, platform, this all that. This is what is being constructed. China was the beta test, or is the beta test, but it's coming to America. So let's see if there's anything else left in this video, and we will close out.
Everything that you do can be watched.
And that's what they want.
Every person by 2022, there's going to be, for every...
that's the network. They want to control everything. That's the network. The network ain't to empower you and make you rich and give... No. The network is for complete control. That's the network. And it's all going to be computed. They're not going to have anybody sitting behind computer screens and watching. Oh, there you go. No. It's going to all be done through computing. This is the next level. That's the 5G is the platform, the veins, the bloodline to fuel the beast.
There's 2 cameras for every person. There's two people for every camera in China by 2022.
They have 1 billion right now on surveillance. Right, 1 billion cameras in China right now.
With artificial intelligence for facial recognition, right? So all of this is getting built right now in China. And who's helping them do it? Microsoft,
Google. That's right, because all those little fun apps where you can put the bunny ears and the sunglasses on your face, even the apps that make you look old, and because I even enjoyed it. I'm just finding this out. Them apps that make you look old, or you could play around with. You could put somebody else's face on your face. Yeah, but these apps are Chinese and Russia-based apps, and that info is going directly to a database in Russia and China. This is what they don't tell us. So facial recognition, they have most of our faces. Upwards of 95% of our faces, you go to the bank, I mean, you use an ATM, they got your face, they have our faces. So, that's what that is.
Right? All of these companies that want to deploy this world into our country. So, Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent, that's where the world goes. It goes from 2007, AT&T, GE, and Microsoft to the FANGs to the BATs, right? Who owns the pipes? Me as a B2 guy, the first thing I look at in the country is where's the telecommunications? You've got to take that out, number one. But if rather instead of taking it out, you own or control it, so Huawei builds the pipes, then because you're behind the Great Firewall, you've built the app services and business models of the 5G world. And like I said, you're already starting to see that. Where your facial recognition is built into your interaction when you go into a restaurant or when you go into a store.
Right, the same shit they showed, it was the movie with, what's his name? Oh man, shit, I was just thinking about that movie the other day. Now someone had mentioned it, now I can't think of it, with Tom Cruise. You brothers know it, but this is the reality that's getting ready to look us square in the face. That's going to be, that's going to be reality here real soon. Shit, I just had it. But anyway, this is what this is all coming to, and it's sinister. It's really, really sinister. And great evils are coming, man. Great evils are coming. So yeah, that went way longer than I thought. But it needed to be said. It had to be said. And you brothers check the rest of this video out. I pray to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah that, YouTube don't flag this video or ban it or strike it, whatever, so that brothers can at least, get wind of this and understand what time we're living in, because this ties into the persecution and all that. You understand? This is getting ready to go down. Minority Report is the movie with Tom Cruise. Minority Report, that deals with when he walks into a store, hello, Mr. So-and-so, and that's 5G. It's about to become a reality. So you're right. Hey, you better stay diligent, man, and stay diligent, stay vigilant, because our adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, is walking about, seeking whom he may devour. So we got to stay on